By the day's end, I lost it, it's hard. And I surmise what was generally difficult for me as I took my heart and made it hard for others en masse. And it truly felt like gracious. This is a truly obvious sign that we're not the cool club any longer. Chris, would you like to record charges? And Chris evidently said, no, he didn't. He doesn't need the problem. I'd for reported toward the beginning of today that I was suing Will for 200 million bucks. Since that video will be there perpetually, it will be pervasive. You don't reserve the privilege to stroll up in front of an audience and smack someone in the face. Since they said words, I have nothing against Will Smith. He's done extraordinary things, however. That was not a decent second at projects. A horrify over everyone's sparkling second. Will Smith was very much a display in the business after his unstable episode. At the Oscars, 22 and celebs are capitalizing on it. As of late, James Corden organized a spoof tune to get down on Smith on his despicable shenanigans that set the web on fire, on top of taking a ton of intensity following the occurrence. Will's vacation has experienced a deadly blow too. We have every one of the deeds for you, so we should get into it. James Kimberly Corden, the American comic, has been tossing conceal on Will Smith for smacking Chris Rock at the Oscars. He arranged a satire tune, We Don't Discuss Jaina, simply portraying every one of the significant occasions of the Oscars. With the exception of Will's hazardous conduct, the television character flippantly suggested that there was a significant chance of things going south in the event that they expressed anything about Jada. Essentially, what ticked awful was the J.I. Joe joke that tended to Jada, his significant other, so fans thought it was totally silly. This was crazy. I believed him should sing Keep My Better Half's Name out of your mouth. One more gone along with it on the tomfoolery. Say thank you, James. I was sitting tight for this one. I surmise every other person was excessively frightened. Yet James didn't stop at the tune. He went above and beyond, asking individuals what went down at the Oscars while featuring the news on his show, and immediately backtracked his inquiry, remedying himself, saying, not what you saw, what happened, we need to discuss something different, James. We need to basically recognize we don't discuss Jada. No, beside the joke, Corden even offered his own perspective on the occasion, respecting Chris' commitment to push the show along by making a joke out of it. Truly, however, I cheer Chris Rock for recuperating, keeping the show moving on. It was a staggeringly honorable answer. After the number, Corden said the episode destroyed his Oscar pool. Chances I had considered Judi Dench smacking Woody Harrelson. He added, despite the fact that Will Smith can't take a joke, Chris Rock can go after fans. In the remarks segment, stood up in fortitude with Chris Rock. Chris merits an Oscar for figuring out how to carry on through that superfluous occurrence. I love the way some said he did it to safeguard his better half and family. Wowzers, you truly think Chris threatened to use a firearm on Jada? One more added, Will embarrassed himself with what he did. Chris acted as a legend and a master, despite the fact that later after the episode, in the Day-to-Day show with Trevor Noah, Will approached with a clarification for his new conduct. I lost it, it's hard. And I surmise what was generally excruciating for me is I took my heart and made it hard for others. Yet things are not looking perfect for Will in the public, on the grounds that many have lost their regard for him, assuming it had been somebody like Terry Groups up there talking, while Smith would have kept his butt in his seat. Yet little Chris Rock was different. No, conscious Smith, one more brought up, while was simply attempting to play the casualty card. If you at any point hope to see what playing casualty resembles, watch this. Other than James Corden, other television characters, for example, Jimmy Kimmel, additionally, didn't keep down their viewpoint on the episode. In one dazzling second, the night went from Oscar. So what to Oscar's spirit? What Hollywood variant of your alcoholic uncle? Stirring something up, demolishing the wedding, and afterwards standing up and giving a long toast. Well, after the extreme reaction from the business. And afterwards, Will Smith at last gave it official conciliatory sentiment. Chris, I am sorry to you. My way of behaving was unsuitable. And I'm here at whatever point you're prepared to talk anyway. Chris isn't hearing any of it. Most definitely a response to the expression of remorse, was reasonably cool well by the vibes of it. He isn't wanting to make up at any point in the near future. If you assuming you hold tight, I guarantee we'll have the option to be companions again. I should despise him so on one we are not getting on another hand, you realize we party hard you can hear.